So today we're talking about winning together, elevating your business with title and escrow. So welcome everybody that's joining us either live or over the video. We're super happy to have you here. Um, with us being your partner at NexTitle, we want to make sure that you guys have all the tools that you guys are accustomed to, and maybe some things that you haven't seen before that we can provide you to help kind of level up your experience. So, title and escrow, I just want to get this out there. Title and escrow. A lot of companies do title and escrow. There are a lot of choices for you guys to have, and we are super thankful that we are partners with all of you throughout this process. We don't take any of that for granted, and we want to make sure that you guys know that we are here for you for anything you need. And that includes growing your business. So it's not just, we're not just a vendor here providing you guys a service of title and escrow. We want to be here as a partner for you guys to help grow and win at your business. So moving forward, I am Luke Kress, the or one of the account executives with NexTitle. I'm going to actually have Darren introduce himself first. So Darren, go ahead.
Well, I am one of the other account executives, and I've been in the business a super long time. I've been working in the central Puget Sound area in all different sorts of roles and capacities. And I remain, after all these years, back from the single page purchase and sales to typewriter closings. I remain to this day very keen on the power of a good settlement services experience for our clients and our agents, and it drives me to today and gives me a lot of energy. I think that's enough about me, and you can just feast your eyes on the photo and we'll go from there.
I appreciate that, Darren. I think Darren's underselling himself about who he is and his experience in this industry. Like I said, my name is Luke Kress. I am one of the account executives here at NexTitle. I've been with NexTitle for about 12 years now. This is the first and only title company I've grown up with, and I'm super excited to be along on this joint venture journey with everybody. I know that it is a partnership that is unique in this industry, and I'm super um, I'm pretty keyed into making sure that you guys are providing the best service. I've always said that I want to make sure that you guys don't have to use us, that you get to use us. So, that's exactly what we're talking about today. We're talking about providing you guys services that will help you grow your business. So, the agenda today is it's the game plan. I'm going to say game plan because so hopefully a lot of you know spring training starts, I guess, today here in just a few minutes. Is the first Major League Baseball kickoff game for the spring training. So as a diehard baseball nerd, I believe Darren is a Mariner fan as well. I'm super excited. So we're going to go with our game plan today. It's not an agenda, it's a game plan. And the game plan is to generate more leads and help you win your deals by leveraging your title and escrow company. A couple things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about our unparalleled service. We're also going to talk about expertise at your fingertips. We're going to kind of give you some examples of things that title and escrow can do for you that you may not know of or may not have thought of that can help you grow your business. We're going to talk about intuitive seller proceeds, as well as farming solutions and a printing portal that you guys can use to help advertise yourself and grow your sphere. So, unparalleled service. What I want to talk about here is some things that we really hang our hat on at NexTitle. I really want to make sure that you guys know that we're just not a fly-by-night operation that was set up to make money, and we're not worried about service levels or anything because we're your partners. We are here to make sure that you guys look good when you guys refer us. We do have an award-winning closing experience. We won the 2023 South Sound Business Journal Title Company of the Year just a couple years ago. It's very competitive. We stack up against any of the larger nationwide companies. We are just I like to say local company. We're a regional company. We have offices in Washington, Idaho, a title operation in Oregon, and then Hawaii. So we are fairly local. Our local operation here, we have two offices. We're in Bellevue and we're in Puyallup. We also have an operation. We also have an office over in Ellensburg, Washington. So we are currently the only title company that has access to both sides of the state when it comes to kit attach. So if you ever have deals in the Cicadia market or the Cleola market that's booming right now, we can help you with those as well. White glove service, we want to make sure that you guys are, you and your clients are attended to, no matter what. We want to make sure that you guys are, that your clients come back and say that was a phenomenal experience every single time, and we're going to do whatever we can to work with you to make sure that that happens. Communication is always key, so please feel free to let us know if there's anything that we need to do to uh, make you and make us look like even more rock stars to your clients. One of those things that we do that we make sure that we attend to is we acknowledge the fact that while COVID was terrible, that um, the mind shift kind of changed, the mindset kind of changed when it came to signings. No longer signings really happening in offices. They are occasionally. Actually, I have one this afternoon. But most people want to sign either locally or in the comfort of their home. They shouldn't really have to pay for that right to be able to do that. So we offer on all of our transactions, we offer one free complimentary mobile notary or virtual signing. So we are really super big in the RON sphere, so the remote online notarization sphere. We can make that happen. It all is, of course, dependent on the lender. If the lender allows for RON signings, but we do also, we also do not charge for that complimentary mobile notary if we need to send a notary out to your client. There is the only stipulation is if you have multiple people signing in multiple states, we do provide that one complimentary mobile notary, but that covers 98% of all of our transactions. So, in regards to the industry-leading title turn times, we're currently running about 24 to 36 hours with our turn times, which is, I believe, is industry leading. I'm fairly confident in saying our title unit, our titles production is one of the fastest out there. And so the way that kind of works, it's a team process. So when you send an order over to us, we will make sure that we get that order input and you receive an order confirmation within about a half an hour or so. There's those cases on like a Monday morning or a Tuesday after a holiday where there's a little bit of a backlog to get all of the contracts in and everything. But traditionally, it's about a half an hour. You'll see an order confirmation come through. In addition, you'll be seeing a listing package, a trio, and the Exhibit A coming from our customer service team. That'll happen usually about 15 minutes after. So allows them to research the property, get it taken care of, and get it off to you. And then in about 20 or 24 to 36 hours or so, then that preliminary title commitment will come over to you afterwards. And then the last one's kind of unique to us. We do have access to an in-house real estate attorney. I can say that right now because our president, Randy Cornwall, is a real estate attorney, and he does love helping be a sounding board for any issues that pop up, any issues that aren't necessarily just title or escrow. He has just a wealth of knowledge throughout everything. He can't be legal counsel, but he can kind of walk us through as a guiding force when it comes to the landscape that is real estate. He wants to make sure that we are compliant in everything we do, and as much help as we possibly can be. So, moving forward, our knowledge equals your power. So, what we like to say is, you guys are only good as the title team that you work with, and we are only as good as the realtors that we work with. We want to make sure that you guys know that we are on top of our game, and we are the experts here. We have one, two, three, four. We have five title officers, or I'm sorry, five escrow officers that have, I'm not even going to say, they probably have a century of combined knowledge on their backs. I'm glad my door's closed right now because they would, I don't know if they want me to say that, but they probably have a combined century of real estate and escrow knowledge. in their back pocket. We are here to help no matter what. And I understand that a lot of title companies and escrow companies have a lot of great people, but you should really work on leveraging those connections. Our title unit is second to none. Any of those of you that have worked with Lorraine Livingston and her team know that she's a phenomenal title officer, and I get to proudly say that I get to work right next to her. Her office is right next door to mine, and we talk title far too much constantly. So I am super grateful to have her and her knowledge and know that she is out there helping you guys on a daily basis. But kind of want to just kind of go over some things that you may not think of that we can help with. But so Darren, I'm going to let you go with this first scenario.
Terrific. All right, very good. And if you have a team with a lot of experience, people who are curious about their own processes, like our settlement team is, you're going to wind up with lots of relative experience and insights so ultimately we can make a difference in your business. And certainly producing our title reports quickly is one way of doing that. Also, just sharing our insights and our knowledge with you is vital. And so these first two scenarios are actually scenarios that came to me over the past weekend. And so, which is to say, when it's needed, I'm available for you, evenings, weekends, and so that's probably unique to us. And with that in mind, we've got all these different sorts of situations that come up. And this first one was a listing with a broker that we work with a lot. And the buyer was coming in. They wanted to pay all cash. They are Taiwanese, and so they came into the country. They found the property they like. They're going to be an all-cash buyer, and then they wanted to get back home to Taiwan. And so with that in mind, they were looking for some translation services. And what was and so and then just kind of having some cultural connection to the settlement team was important to them. I support all that. I think that's great. My response was that we could certainly find interpretation services for them, but I suggest and do believe that the best interpreter a client can have is someone that's known to them, that they know and trust. You're looking at contracts, and you're obligating yourself to payments and maybe a mortgage. And so for translating these documents, I suggest someone that the client knows and understands and trusts. So that was my suggestion back to the listing agent who was connecting with the selling agent on this. This buyer also, as an all-cash buyer, they wanted to have a quitclaim. They had been working with their agent and said, "Hey, we want to quitclaim this property to another party." And a possible or maybe even likely scenario is maybe they're going to quitclaim it to a family member. And so with that in mind, I mentioned to them, well, that's fine. However, we would close the transaction. The quitclaim would come after they have some interest in the property in which they can quitclaim. You can always quitclaim a potential or future interest, but in this scenario, that wouldn't have worked. And so as we talked it out, we came up with, they just add these other parties to the contract. And so they added in there, and then now they get to all own the property. And so that really suited them. The idea is that we get these scenarios, we talk about them with each other, and we get things figured out. And so I feel like we made a good difference with this client. And the agent felt well cared for, they felt informed, and they were able to have a good critical conversation with the buyer and the buyer's agent, and everyone is thrilled. And it's advocating for a good way to structure a deal or to close a transaction. It's not advice, it's just information. that makes a difference. Again, we're able to make a difference in your business. This other scenario, which happened also over the weekend, is a buyer who wants to buy a property. There was already seller financing with the current owner of the property, and they wanted to assume that seller financing, and then they were going to bring in new financing after they closed to, that they thought they might be able to get some better terms on. And so some of the things that came out of this conversation are, does the promissory note and deed of trust, those presiding security instrument and the promissory note, does the language in those documents allow for an assignment of the promissory note? And I would imagine, and without having seen it, I would imagine it doesn't. But all I did was say, hey, these are some of the things that you want to find out. Does that seller allow for an assignment of that promissory note? And if you're going to already come in on a short-term seller financing and bring in subsequent financing, why not bring that financing in the beginning? And you could even come in, depending on how you structure it, you could come in with as an all cash buyer, depending on your investor relationship. And then two, they wanted to know, okay, well, this owner has owned the property, they've paid down the promissory note, and so what's owing, on this property? And so, they would want to make sure that their down payment that this new buyer has covers all the seller's costs, and we find out really what's due on this seller financing. So it was, and to that, it might work out better. This seller, the underlying lien on this for this seller might be willing to finance, but they may want to do it under different terms. So there's a way to talk to that note holder, the earlier owner, and say, hey, I want to come in and buy this property. Would you allow for these new terms? So hopefully I'm not making that too complicated, but the idea, this overarching idea, is that that the agent didn't really have any idea about seller financing, and and you as agents, you're busy trying to find buyers and list properties, so you're not necessarily supposed to be a product expert on that part of the business. Or if you learn it once, it doesn't mean with all the other things you've learned that you retain it all. So we're happy to go over these existing scenarios. We're happy to contemplate new scenarios with you and provide this kind of input. You can imagine maybe there might be some good input on a holdback. NexTitle does allow for holdbacks. A lot of times for a holdback, you're thinking a holdback would be good, but you might also be overthinking it. There are other ways to treat outstanding invoices or occupancy or some of these other issues that might relate to a holdback, and those are things that we could go through with you. So no question too small for us, and we're always happy to kind of go over some of these deals, even if you're just bouncing an idea off of us and you just want to know, does that make sense? And so with all of our experience, with our whole team, we're usually able to bring forward some good, critical, helpful information for you. And there's a way to win with NexTitle. Am I right, Luke?
You are 100% right, my friend. Darren is the one that came in, and I actually was the one that received that question on, I believe on Monday morning, regarding that seller investor, and I reached out to Darren because I didn't know the answer myself, and so it just kind of speaks to the network that we have here. We've got enough knowledge to spread out for all of those answers out. We've got a great knowledge base and a great set of people to kind of help out with any situation. I'll just briefly touch on scenarios 3 and 4. Scenarios 3 and 4. A lot of times when people are looking to sell properties and people are looking to list properties, especially with older properties, there tends to be a lot of discrepancy when it comes to where things are located, what maps are correct, which maps are not correct. Oftentimes we find that aerials, while they look great, are not great. Especially when you think about where the photos taken, which angles the photos are taken, it can lead people to think that there is an encroachment when there isn't one, or there isn't an encroachment when there is one. Um, Specifically for an example that I saw just a couple weeks ago, I had Karen, or my title officer from our Ellensburg office, reach out to me and said that she was dealing with an agent that just did not believe that there was an encroachment on a property that she was listing, and didn't just said nope. The aerial said that it's within the lines. We are good to go. And my title officer physically went out to the property and measured the house with one of those really long measuring sticks, and actually showed her that the building itself was actually wider than the lot itself. So there had to have been an encroachment, because that building wouldn't have actually fit on that lot. So it's those kind of things that we're here to help with. And then of course the scenario for the vacant land thing, where the seller's unknown, there's red flags left and right. We're here to help you guys with those things. We send out, we do our due diligence, we vet sellers as much as we can. We send out letters to the mailing addresses to verify properties, and we're here to just be a resource for you whenever it comes to anything that you have questions with regarding any sort of fraud, any sort of um, potential fraud. We want to make sure that you guys are covered from front to back regarding that. So um, I want to move on in the effort of time. I want to kind of introduce to you guys now three of the tools that we have that will really kind of help grow your business, and things that these aren't just things that we have that people aren't using. Like I wanted to kind of tell you. So this first one that I wanted to show you is let me get to it. Is our quoting tool and our seller net sheet. So um, I can tell you that one of our big clients over in the Kittitas market is the Sinkidia Real Estate. We are closely work with all of them, and one of the things that either I pull or they pull constantly are whenever they're listing a property, they pull a seller net sheet. They want to know how much their seller is going to get. They use it for their listing presentations. They use it for everything they every single one they have me pull a seller net sheet. I've also got a lot of other clients that help with that use these as well. I'm going to kind of jump into that website real quick, show you how easy it is to pull one of these, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to quickly, where's it at? All right. Can you see Darren, can you see the website?
Yes, I can, and it looks
Perfect.
brilliant.
All right, so this is our NexTitle.com website. So we access our quoting tool through our NexTitle.com website. I also had included a QR code right there for the direct link to the site. But all it is it's we work with a company called Title Capture. Title Capture is one of the leading companies in title rates and title quotes in the country. They have streamlined their process to make these things super simple. And what I want to show you right now is how quickly and easy that is. So I'm going to come up with a seller net sheet and show you how easy it is to do. So this is the website. This is the landing page right here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to jump right over to seller net sheet. So we log on to here and we get to seller net sheet. And what comes up is this just this form fill box. So I'm going to create a random one and show you how easy this is to create a seller net sheet. I'm going to actually do it for my own house. So my property location, I live in Pierce County here. And I live on Big Sky Drive. So this is my property location. It looks it up. It pulls the county metadata in. It pulls the city metadata in. It pulls all of that stuff in. From here, like I said, we do have offices all over. But in this instance, where they're going to be looking at the Bellevue or Puyallup office, so I'm going to choose Bellevue. And sales price, if I was looking to sell my house right now, I think probably be about 650 or so. So I'm going to put it in 650. as the sales price. Our closing date doesn't really matter, but if for transparency purposes, we like to keep it on here. So this is going to be our closing date. We leave this stuff all checked off. This is standard. It's not agricultural land. We like the policy enhanced. What that means is that Alta homeowners. So Alta homeowners is defaulted on the purchase and sale contract. This is just a home. If we're working on vacant land or something like that, that may be different. But this is 95% of what we sell out here is standard resale over here. So no need to manually adjust my title fees. My loan payoff, if you know a loan payoff, you can put it in here. I think my loan payoff is somewhere around 250 right now. So I'm going to put that in there. If I had a second, I would put the HELOC in there as well. And then the real estate compensation. This one's super great. This is one of the big swingers when it comes to how much net proceeds a client is going to get. Is it 2%? Is it 2.5%? Is it 3%? What are we offering the buyer? Like what is it? I'm going to go with a standard 3% here. I can also put in, if I chose to, I could put in a dollar amount, but I'm going to use the percentage right here. And then if there's a transaction fee, so if your brokerage charges a $1,000 transaction fee, you can put that in there as well. There's also room for seller concessions if we wanted to do seller concessions. Homeowners associations do, if there's like a transfer fee or something like that, we would put that in there, or a retail cert, we would put that in there. Property taxes, if there are taxes due, we can also add those in there. For this simplicity piece, I'm not going to put that in there. And then any other credits or expenses we can add in there. If the seller is giving them $10,000, if there's anything else, we can always add that in there. I'm not going to at this point, but we can. So at this point, we just hit calculate, and it comes up with this super nice seller net sheet. So what this looks like is, it's got here, I can title it, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So this is my seller net right here for 347. From here, it breaks down the closing fee with our settlement tax, and you'll notice, of course, that there's no mobile notary fee in here because, of course, we don't charge those. But it does have the $5 technology fee that's charged by the state, and then the excise is the big one. The excise is kind of where the sales price needs to be calculated in, because we do need to know what those percentages are. I got my loan payoff, my seller and buyer agent compensation, and that gets me to a number of 347. And now from here, we can either edit it. If I wanted to say, 650 is great. What would it look like if I got 370 or 670? We could change that around. But we can download the flyers. We can delete. I can email. For this one, I'm going to download this flyer right here, and I'm going to actually pull it up and show you what that looks like. Maybe. Where did it go? I am going to my apologies. I'm going to find it.
And as you find it, Luke, I just want to share with everybody that this is a really elegant, effective tool. It's not cumbersome. It's not hard. It's mobile optimized. And it's just as easy as Luke makes it appear.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great. And I actually have it on my phone. It's like you said, like Darren said, it's mobile optimized. But here's what that seller net sheet looks like. It's just a PDF document that you can download, save, print out, whatever. I actually have a lot of clients that will ask me they say they're going to a listing appointment. Hey, can I get a seller net sheet at one price, at two prices, at three different prices, so I can then take these to my client at the listing presentation to give them the options. Say, this is, it's not necessarily if we charge 20,000 more, you're going to get exactly 20,000, because there's going to be more commissions. There's going to be more excise. There are things that factor into it not being an exact, one for one transfer. So that's where they want to make sure that people know that, and they look at those options and say, hey, we can charge 20,000 more. It's going to take a little bit longer to sell. Like, is this worth it for you? So we really, really love these things. They are like, we can crank these out and get these for you within 20 minutes or so if you're looking for them. But we also encourage everybody to go to that website and log in for themselves and really show what they can do. That's the big one that I wanted to show you from there. There are other different quotes. If you just wanted a title quote, if you wanted a CD quote, if you wanted a sell to net. So that one would be kind of the reverse of this, where it would be, hey, I need to make $5,000, at least $5,000 given all these other things that I'm putting in, what would my sales price be? And then a multiple offers tab, like, hey, if I'm getting these offers, what are these different options for us? So a lot of great tools in this one. This is the big one here that we'd love to show everybody is this seller net sheet. It looks really professional, looks real great. It's branded to you, like you've got your name on it. It's got everything you'll need for that. So um, really love this. Is one of our big tools, and it's really used by a lot of our big power hitters in this. So, like I said, it's not something that we have that people don't use. We do use it all the time for our high profile agents. So getting back to the PowerPoint presentation, like I said, scan that QR code if you're able to, um, or follow the link there down below, and you'll be able to get and sign yourself up for those as well. For our farming solutions, so we partner with a company called Title Toolbox for our farming solutions. As you know, we are regulated by the state for what we can and cannot provide for farming services. So we work with a company that will help us maintain regulation status for that while providing you the best possible service for you. So what Title Toolbox is for, it was actually made by a company called Benutech, which is in out of California. They're now nationwide, and they originally designed this platform for realtors. They as it grew and as they modified it and changed it, it became a platform for title companies to be able to provide to realtors. So it really has the realtor DNA baked into it to show, hey, what do agents really, or what are they really looking for? And I'm going to go over just a quick brief minute of kind of what they have to show and what we have to offer for you in the property information sphere. So this would be, not only can you get property profiles, can you get farming data, you can get turnover data, you can get other things to target specific areas. It's really an all-encompassing tool for you to use that you can either use on your mobile device, you can use it on a desktop, you can even have us do it and then send it to you through the app to make it a fully encompassing platform for you to stay on top of all of your property profile information. So I'm going to jump into that really quickly. And I'm going to, let me send that away. And I will close out of that seller net sheet. And my next one here is my title toolbox. So this is what title toolbox looks like when you log in directly. I'm actually going to search for a property. I'm going to look for my own property real quickly because, of course, I love talking about my own property. And we're going to look again. This is nationwide, so you can actually look up any property anywhere. If you wanted to look at a property in Longview, you could look at it. You could look at a property in Mitchie's, you could do that. You look at property in Montana, you could do that. But specifically, I'm going to look at the ones in Washington because that's where we're focused. So my address here, I'm going to look it up here. It's, oh, no, that's not the property. 3813. Oh boy, I'm coming off the rails, Darren.
Well, Luke, just look at your driver license for reference. It'll have your property address on there.
Fair enough. So I've got it here. I'm going to put in my property address. We can also look it up by parcel number or owner name and mailing address. I'm just going to run search for us real quick here. It's going to give me my property address, which is going to be right there. I always like to look at a hybrid map just to show what we're looking at here. This is my neighborhood. This is my planned community. And I live right here. As you can see, my lawn. I need to work on my lawn. I know.
You don't water during the summer, Luke? Is that?
I'm going to blame the builder. The builder put like a quarter-inch of topsoil on like 2 inches of gravel and then expected the grass to stay alive for a long time. That's not our fault. So I'm going to be purchasing a lot of topsoil this year to make sure that I keep up to code for everybody.
Please do. Let us know.
That's neither here nor there. We are So from here, what we can look at for property information is we can look at a couple different things. So I can look at a property profile. I can look at a property with comps. I can look at definitely other reports. I can look at detailed views, comparable views. I can even pull up a net sheet if we wanted to do that. But the one thing I wanted to show you right here is this phone and email lookup. So if you were looking at a property and you're like, I really want to contact that person. I want to contact that person. you'll be able to, but I have no idea how to do it. You'll be able to look up their contact information if it's available on here. So in here, stay within regulations, things get charged. But this one is relatively small. This one's 15 cents, and it will actually look at and look up, and it has a bunch of different sources and look to see if it can find the your contact information for that property. So if I hit click pay now, it would bring up any phone numbers, any email addresses that are associated with that address and the current owners. I believe when I did this before, it pulled up my wife's phone number and my wife's email address. Did not pull up mine. So occasionally we'll pull up one or two, or a lot, or a little, depending on what it finds. So it's just a great way to get information if if you're looking to target a person, and you're looking to you're looking to find some information on them. So what that looks like for if you're looking at a property profile, if you're wanting to get some of that information as well. It also has all that basic data information with it. It's got the assessor data. It's got, the bed bath count. It's got when the property was transferred. I'm going to show you right here what that looks like. Here's our property profile report, and this would be modified to you, prepared by Luke, and it would be your name in this instance. I've got my contact information, and here's all the stuff that goes into the cake that we're baking here. All my property characteristics, my recent loans, and things like that, as well as my tax assessment information and an aerial map. So it's got all that stuff if you need to do that now. However, the cool part about this is that from here we can actually start going and we can start farming this. So what we can do is we can take this here and say, hey, I want to look at all of this. I want to look at this area. Or, hey, I'm looking at selling this property. Or, hey, I've just listed this property. I want to create an open house and I want to let people know about it. Or, hey, I just sold it. I want to let everybody here know about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bunch of different things. We're going to go into the farming tab. And the farming tab here gives us some options. We can do a radius search, we can do a boundary search, we can do an area search. Area is more like zip codes or streets or cities or something like that. But we're going to do a boundary search for right now. And my boundary search here is going to start here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start marking the area off here. And I want all of these homes. I want all these homes around here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get that count. And our count is going to pop up here. It's going to show this box right here. It's going to give us 266 homes. Like I said, the state regulations, they have to charge, but that charge is just $2. And what that'll give you is that'll give you all of that data that you're looking for. And the cool part about it is if you don't want all 266 of those homes, if you want to look at, just homes that look just like that property, you can go into, we can change this lot size, we can change the building size. We can change the assessment, the tax value. In here, you've got the standard stuff, but you can do parcel numbers, you can do zoning codes, you can do tracts, you can do whatever you'd like. You can also do, things if there's a veteran exemption, if there's a homeowner's exemption, purchase price, purchase date. That's a big one. The purchase date's a big one because not necessarily do you want to market to people that have just purchased a house. Like if they've purchased in the last 6 months, maybe they're probably don't need to waste time to market to them again. In here, it's got other data. It's got custom filters. If you're looking for empty nesters, if you're looking for next sellers, that's the ownership average. I think it's 5 to 7 years. So I think it'll pick people that have owned that property within 5 to 7 years. Empty nesters looks for 30 years of home ownership plus three plus bedrooms. Looks at those big houses. Non-owner occupied, we can put that in there. The odd number, even number, that's just if you're doing a lot of bulk. They usually like to do that if they like to switch it off, so not doing the same list every time. State of state, and then there's also some premier data. The premier data, there's the phones and liens, but there's also some other fields that they can do. There's mortgage info. We've got all of the mortgage info if you're looking to get into that. That's more of a refi stuff, but you can do that if you'd like to. But then the phones and emails are the big one. If you're looking to do a phone or an email and look for all phones and emails from all those people, you can. Like they say, phones are about 75% of them have phones. About what does it say? About 35% have emails. attached to it. They don't charge you for the whole thing. They'll pre-charge it, but then they'll back it off. So it is a pretty good cost-effective way to get that information for you. So it's a really slick service, and it just comes back to you in an easily digestible list that you can take to either a vendor or you can take to yourself. And if you're looking to market, if you're looking to design the stuff yourself and send it out yourself, you can do that, or you can send it to a vendor to go out. So really, really love this tool. It's got a great platform. It's super simple. A lot of them are overly complicated that you just don't need to have so much complication when it comes to it. But that is our farming tool. Like I said, it is free to use. It's free to get the parcels. It's free to get all of the property information. The only thing that they do charge is on the list side. When they do pull a list, it's just a couple dollars, and that's just for regulation purposes. So that's an
And
amazing
Luke,
tool.
may I suggest one other farming tool?
Yeah.
Megan.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, our customer service person, manager Megan Griffiths, she's amazing. And if you are looking for help with farming or just getting into farming, or if you have questions about it, Megan Griffiths at customerservice@nextitle.com is amazing. Again, her name is Megan, and it's customerservice@nextitle.com. And she will help you with any farming lists, anything that you need. She will help get you set up, rocking and rolling, and ready to go. Perfect. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is print marketing. I as contract employees, you guys, a lot of people are on their own. A lot of agents and realtors are on their own to create the marketing pieces for themselves. Some larger companies have internal baked-in tools for them. However, a lot of either smaller companies or private companies, the realtors or real estate agents are on their own for when it comes to print marketing or digital marketing in that case. I know Canva's come to a rise in the past 5 years or so, but Canva's kind of a catch-all. Canva's used for everything. Canva's used for not just real estate. It's used for everything, every piece of marketing under the sun. So while it is great, it is not real estate specific. And that's where our partner Bear Printing comes in. Bear Printing, we've partnered with. Bear Printing is a real estate and lending only print shop out of Portland, Oregon. Most people have at least heard of them. They are the premier print vendor for real estate materials in Washington. So what we love about Bear and our relationship with them, we get all of our stuff printed through Bear, is first off their quality. Their quality is amazing, second to none. Also the speed of what they can get it to you. So even though they're in Portland, they can get things to you. I think I had one thing printed. I sent it over to them, and the next day it was printed and sent to me. So I had it in like 2 days' time. They are super knowledgeable in what they're able to do, and they can print anything under the sun. They can print yard arms, they can print flyers, they print postcards, they do business cards, they do anything you could possibly imagine. I'll show you that in a second. But one of the really, really cool things that they have is they have a Canva for real estate agents. And what that means is you can plug in your information and you can create an account, and it will link to your MLS account, and it will create flyers for you. It will create print media for you. It will create email campaigns for you. And they just baked in some AI stuff that I want to show you. It's really cool. We're going to go to that right now. So it's nextitle.bearprinting.com. Like I said, the service to get on here is completely free. The only thing you would ever pay for is for the actual printing of the material. So I'm going to go run us through quickly a what that looks like on the Bear Printing website. So this is my Bear Printing website. I am already logged in as a realtor. I don't have an MLS access, so I can't have that pull it up. But it's got what it looks like. This is the setup here, and it's got thousands of templates that you can go through. So I am looking at whatever you're needing. What if you're looking for Dura flyers, if you're looking for postcards, if you're looking for perma flyers, it's got all of these greeting cards. It's got anything under the sun you could possibly imagine. If you're looking for something for, like I said, just Halloween. If I spell Halloween right, that Halloween. Okay, yeah, it's got a bunch of social media posts you can use. It's got postcards. It's got the colors, the coloring things. It's got everything. Pet safety tips for Halloween. It's got anything under the sun that you can possibly do. Um, like I said, it doesn't just connect to uh, your MLS stuff. It allows you to do even more. So it can do stuff like create, auto create things from your MLS listings. If you're looking for a perma flyer or a rider or something like that. But you can also create your own. I'll go back in here because it's really fun and we're going to get creative with it here. It uses Gen AI. It uses AI to create a unique, specific thing that is will never be seen again. It is completely unique to you. And what I want to do, say, I am an agent. I am trying to connect with my local market, and I want to send out a postcard to people, letting them know about myself. What do I want to do? I am super passionate about. Darren, what's something you are super passionate about? Oh, that's okay. Darren step up to take a call real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and say you're good. You're good. I am super passionate about, I'm looking at, I got a sandwich next to me here. I'm just gonna do diners in my area. So I'm just gonna type in Bonnie Lake. This is my Bonnie Lake diners. And I'm gonna do best of topic. Just a best of topic. And I'm gonna say diners. It could be soccer fields, it could be bowling alleys, it could be wherever. And put my location Bonnie Lake, and I'm gonna choose a style. Like, what do I like? Do I like analog film? Do I like anime? Do I like neon punk? Do I like photograph? Let's do photographic for this one. And we're gonna go ahead and start in basic. Um, we're gonna go two PL Diner. Um, Oh, and I didn't put this back in this deleted. All right. Diners. Okay, there we go. Choose my art style of photographic. Start in basic, and it's going to be generating a unique set of different options that we can use to send out a best of in your area. And I'll show you what this looks like. It's really, really cool. So this is using AI from three different sources. I think it's ChatGPT, an AI picture generator, and then a location generator to come up with four different options for us on what we want to look like. So these are actually the best diners in Bonnie Lake, and it gives me four different options of the pictures that I like. If I don't like those art styles, I can go to something different. I don't like those art styles. Let's go to isometric. I don't even know what isometric means. We're gonna try it out here. Um, and yeah, those look great. Those look fun. So we're gonna pick this guy. And what this looks like is we're going to go personalize this template, and it's going to bring it in, and we're going to be able to see the data and see what it looks like on there. What I do? Personalize this template. There we go. Okay. So best diners in Bonnie Lake. So it actually has the Hungry Dogs Diner, Dixie's Home Cooking, Crockett's Public House, The Butter Biscuit, and the Windmill Bistro. I've been to all of them. I think my favorite one's probably Dixie's Home Cooking. But it's those are all accurate. They are all phenomenal. And so this is a postcard that I've got here. So on this first side is this best of diners near Bonnie Lake, Washington. And on the back side, you'll see here, it's got my contact information, my name, my logo, my email or my address, and it's got text here that it's just an AI generated text. If I wanted to, I could come over here and I could change any of this information. I could change all of the descriptions if I wanted to. Like I said, I'm going to go back to page one real quick here, and it's got these quick blurbs about each of those people or about each of those things. If I didn't like that, I could come in here, change all that information for us. But you know what, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna say that we liked all those, and we're gonna go to checkout. We're gonna go ahead and say, let's check it out. I like those postcards. Um, uh, the next cool part about it is we can upload a list if you had a specific list if you want to, or actually in here we can create our own radius list. And in Bonnie Lake, I'd be sending this to places in Bonnie Lake if I'm just using my address real quick here. We're going to go Bonnie Lake, 13813, Big Sky. We're going to use that guy, and then we're going to Bonnie Lake, and we'll just do an order count of about 100 within a quarter mile radius. It pulls it up here. We're going to use this list. We've successfully created it. There's another really cool thing that comes with this is it actually gives us an option if we wanted to put a QR code on there to create a tracking code for it. So this would link back to any sort of website that you wanted. If you go to a website, put it on here, QR code. So if people scanned it, it would come right back to you. For this instance, I don't have a website right now, so I'm not going to put it on there. But if I did, I could just add in my trackback destination and a message. Continue. This gives us our option for what kind of services we want. If we didn't want mailing services, if we just wanted them, it would send them out separately. We could do that. First class mail or bulk mail. So 84 cents each. They're creating the postcard. They're doing all of the QR stuff, and they're sending them out for you all for 84 cents each. So it's an amazing service that allows you to just, I mean, I could print these out right now and send them out to that list, and I would be done. That would be my marketing piece for the month for them. And I think it took us 5 minutes to create. So with a picture of my name, my brand, anything I'm looking for in there. So if you have more questions about bear printing, I would love to talk to you more about them. There's just so much under the sun. I could probably do a whole class on bear printing itself, but I won't for the fact that we are running up against time here. So I will quick jump back to the PowerPoint slideshow and hit us with the Q&A and wrap up slide. So Darren, we'll let you kind of take this one here.
Well, one thing I want to mention is, and this is what I appreciate in all of my solutions I use, is a low level of thinking is required. These are intuitive, elegant solutions, not a lot of thinking involved. That's a wonderful combination in my life and my world. So, we're here to make a difference. If you want us to go over all this information again, one-on-one, let us know, and we're just here to support you and make a difference.
Well, with that, I appreciate everybody joining us today. And we'd love to talk to you guys more about any of these services that we have to offer, and get you guys set up and off and running. So I appreciate you guys.
I do want to identify Gina Lane as our all-star participant today, and so bravo to you for that designation. And everyone else, stay in touch.
Thank you. Great class.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day.